Morning, peeps. It's a late start to the day, boy. Just gone 10 o'clock. I've only just woken up as well. I actually set my alarm for 7:30. Don't know what happened. I mean, I know what happened. The alarm went, I pressed snooze, woke up at 9:30. Yeah, I don't know. I need this now. And the worst thing, today is a busy day. So it doesn't help when you start the day late. But all right, forget all that. Let's crack on. Before we crack on, I want to give a massive shout out to a guy called Shay. Shay reached out to me on email about, I'm going to say about 8-9 months ago. It was quite a long time ago. Wanting to start his own YouTube channel dedicated to cricket, massive cricket fan. And he wanted to ask, like, a few things, like what he should do, blah, blah, blah. He's now in full swing, right? That YouTube channel is now going. It's starting to get some traction. And I just want to say well done to him, because, again, that part from talking about it to actually doing it, knowing you're not going to get big numbers, you're not going to get big numbers unless you're someone famous, but still cracking on is important. And I wanted to see how he cracked on before I gave him a shout out. He's cracked on now, so well done to Shay. This is Shay talking a bit about his YouTube channel. Check it out.
Hey right guys, my name is Shay. I've got a YouTube channel called Uneven Bounce. It's a cricket channel mainly focused on the English and South African cricket teams. I appreciate your accuracy boxing, but if you do like cricket, if you like to give kind of your raw, honest opinion on the sport, do come on over. If you like the content, subscribe, that'd be great. And yeah, hopefully see you over there. Alright, cheers.
All right, yeah, so that's Shay. That's his cricket channel. If you are a cricket fan, go and check out the channel. Go and show support. Hit that subscribe button. And you know what? Even if you're not a cricket fan, go and check it out. Funny thing is, I'm not a big cricket fan at all. Don't get me wrong. When the 2020 comes on or the Ashes come on, I do tune in, but I'm not a cricket fan. But I love the way he talks. I love the way he talks. And, I mean, he educates me as well, which is good. Just in case, I don't know, someone asks me to talk about cricket, I'll watch his channel and I'll go and talk about cricket. So yeah, that's Shay. Congratulations, Shay, on the channel. And fingers crossed, it grows, and grows. Well done. All right, let's talk boxing. I think there's only one place to start, and that's that fight has now been agreed, finally, between Lomachenko, Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez. Remember, this fight was supposed to happen in May, and it was the fight for me that I was looking forward to most in the year. Like, forget everything else. I'm not joking. Forget Wilder Fury, forget AJ, whoever he's fighting. This was the fight I was looking forward to the most. It got postponed in May because of COVID. We then heard it's going to happen in September. They couldn't come to an agreement. And then there was talks about November, but then there started to be issues about money. Just because, again, it's not going to be on pay-per-view, we're hearing, and there's going to be no gate. So this is going to be behind closed doors. So obviously, everyone's money had to come down a little bit. Now, initially, there was a 4.7 million budget for them to split. I believe Loma was taking the bulk of that at maybe something like 3.5 or something ridiculous. And Teofimo was taking 1.2. Teofimo wasn't happy, understandably so, right? You're supposed to know your worth and push for your worth. And he's pushed a bit more. Loma's reduced his money a bit more in order to get the fight done. And obviously by reducing that money's then gone to Teofimo Lopez. So now I'm hearing that it's something closer to Loma getting 3 million and Teofimo Lopez getting 1.7. So they are a bit closer. So Teofimo Lopez has probably got $500,000 more. Good on him, right? Go and get as much as you can. Sorry. So yeah, this fight's happening in October. The dates we're hearing are either, I think, October 17th or October 24th. That isn't in stone yet, but it will happen. It will happen, and I am bloody excited. I can't lie to you. I love Lomachenko. I have so much respect for Teofimo Lopez, just because he's from that younger generation, and he's from the younger generation with Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, and Javante, but he's the one that's taken the big risks, right? And it's not saying that the others won't, but he's done it. The others talk a lot, especially Ryan and Devon. He's the legit champion. He knocked out Richard Comey, who was a legit world champion as far as I'm concerned. And now he's stepping up to take on the Grandmaster. in Lomachenko. Wow. Wow. Are you not excited, people? Are you, especially if you're in America, that they're saying this isn't on pay-per-view. This is hook, line, and sinker a pay-per-view fight for me. It might not be a pay-per-view fight in terms of it making drastic numbers, but I think if promoted well, could do around 150, 200,000. So it's very, very good that it's not on pay-per-view. I mean, that's unbelievable. Because let's be very honest here. If this was over here, so those two type of fighters over here, that's pay-per-view. Just like that. You're talking the pound for pound, possibly number one, right? A guy that literally is running through people against an up-and-comer, unbeaten. What is he, 15-0, 12 or 13 knockouts, brash, big puncher. That's pay-per-view easily. So credit to Bob and Top Rank and everyone that they're not chucking this on pay-per-view, because I thought this was an obvious pay-per-view choice, especially considering there was no gate receipt money. Like, I think it was obvious, but this would do huge numbers on ESPN. Huge. So credit to everyone. All right, let's talk about the fight, because I've been going back and forth with a few people about this. And I feel like my back and forth almost sounds disrespectful to Teofimo Lopez. And I don't mean it to be. I don't mean it to be at all. So if you're a big Teofimo Lopez fan, what I'm going to say now, please don't take it as I'm dissing your boy, because I'm not dissing your boy. I think Teofimo Lopez is legit. Again, I just said, of all the young kids, he's the one that's doing something for me, right? I feel like the others are just chirping. He's been there and done it as far as I'm concerned with Richard Comey and now Lomachenko. And let's be honest, he's running to that fire. It's not like, yeah, I'll fight. No, he's running to Lomachenko. He's seen something and they think that they can take advantage of it. I personally don't know what he's seen. True. I think this fight, I think this fight reminds me a bit of. It reminds me a bit of Canelo versus Floyd. Big Canelo, right? Big Canelo. Floyd, who, let's be honest, Floyd's undersized. I mean, there's part of me that thinks Floyd, when he was fighting at 147, could have made 140, let alone talking about fighting at junior middle. But it reminds me of that. Like, Canelo, the big, strong guy, coming up against the Grandmaster in Floyd. And everyone was like, ooh. I remember it. You guys might not remember that now because it was so long ago, but everyone was like, ooh. Oscar was very excited because Oscar was always wanted to throw fighters at Floyd to beat Floyd. Chuck Shane Mosley at him. I remember him going crazy ringside when Shane landed that big one. So he's always chucked fighters in. But this was it. This was Canelo. Canelo was a bit too young and a bit too inexperienced, wasn't he? When it was all said and done, those two things played a big part. Obviously, the weight drain didn't help as well. Floyd knocking him down, I think, to 152, 151. That didn't help. But he's young enough to handle that. The two biggest factors were youth and inexperience against the Grandmaster. Fact. That's what it was. First 3 or 4 rounds, quite close, right? Canelo looked sharp. After that, Floyd started going into that tool bag. And I've referenced this a lot. And you guys need to understand what I'm saying. It's real. In boxing, there is a tool bag where the very, very elite fighters, Floyd was that, Loma's that, go into the tool bag and be like, okay, you can handle that. Can you handle this? Bring that out. Or can you handle that? And I think eventually, this is how this fight is going to play out. And it's going to play out like this. And again, I'm not saying this as a big Loma fan. I'm not saying this as hating Teofimo. It's just that youth and experience, or inexperience at the highest level, count for something. They count for something. The youth will... You'll be doing well the first 4 rounds because, again, you've got that youth. But when someone starts bringing out stuff from their tool bag you've never seen, you don't know how to make the adjustments. You don't know what to do. And I think this is going to be a performance for the ages. He is going to school Teofimo Lopez. Mark my words. School him. Just because he's a grandmaster. And this boy has been chirping. Oh my God, he has been chirping. Look, Loma wanted this fight so much. Loma was like, take a portion of my money to make this fight. Could have been a lot. I'm telling you now, a lot of fighters would have been like, no, I'm not taking any less. This is my money. We've heard it from fighters for years, right? You're not cutting into my money. You, Bob Arum, Top Rank, provide more money. You ain't cutting into my money. But he was like, you know what? cut into my money, take it, we're fighting. Because you've been doing this. And I'm about to show you. I'm about to show you why they call me the Matrix. Why they call me high tech. I'm about to show you why I always get this figure wrong. What was it? I think I always exaggerate it. Just 1 second. I'm about to show you. Still can't believe this figure. I'm about to show you. I'm stuttering my words now. Why I'm 396-1 as an amateur. That one avenged multiple times. I'm about to show you why people say no more. No, I'm done. I'm done. Now, Teofimo does have a chance on this. This isn't like when I was given predictions for Crawler versus Loma, or even Luke, who actually in the end put up a good fight. But Luke's body type is, I could see why Luke put up a good fight, because his body type, he's so rangy and long. I could see Loma struggling to get in and start to work. So I always thought that was going to be a problem. Not the kind of problem it became, but I always thought it was going to be an issue. Plus, Luke's such a good boxer. Again, Olympic gold medalist. You know, his IQ is very high as well. So it's not, I think I gave Crawler 0%, if I remember right, like 0, absolutely no chance. I gave Luke, I think, about 15. I'm actually going to go quite high for Teofimo. I'm going to give Teofimo 25 to 30, which is that's quite high, 25 to 30% chance, just because a couple of things. But the power was there. That power was real, no joke. I know it. He's big. He's big at the weight. We always keep talking about Loma being undersized for 135. This really is a guy at 130 fighting a guy at 140. These guys might weigh in the same 135 on the day, but that's going to be it. Like one's going to stay at 135, one's going to go. One's going to go big. I don't know what Teofimo is going to come in the ring at, but I'd be shocked if it's not 147. I think he could hydrate 10, 15 pounds. I think he could be that big, could be that big. Whereas I think Loma might come in the ring 138, 139. Loma should be fine at 130. I think he knows this, his team knows this. He's rolling the dice here for, I don't know, for consideration as an all-time great. That's what he's trying to do, right? And he will be an all-time great if he becomes undisputed, and he will become undisputed. But yeah, that's what I think. I think the only fight I can think about is Canelo Floyd, and I think it's going to be exactly that, where Floyd literally, because of Canelo's power, because of the fear of Canelo's power, Floyd literally went into a zone of, I'm going to show you everything. Floyd literally, his counter-punching was beautiful. His jab was beautiful. His defense was beautiful. That was Floyd on it. There was no mucking about just because of the danger of Canelo's power. And I think Loma's going to do exactly the same thing. He respects Teofimo's power. Respects it, right? Respects that youthful exuberance. And I think he is going to be on his A game. Just because he said, you know what? Take the money. We're getting this fight on. Can't wait. All right. What else do we have to talk about? Joseph Parker versus Junior Fall. Talks intensify. Fight inches closer. Joseph Parker needs to do something, and this isn't it. But I guess if they're both based in New Zealand, then in terms of this travel restrictions, blah, 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 get it on, stay active, fight someone, and then do something, because right now you're almost slightly being forgotten. You're slightly being forgotten. I mean, yes, I liked all your lockdown tapes and all that stuff you were doing. It raised your profile. It was fun, but you're a boxer and you ain't doing much right now. You ain't doing much. What's Pulev chatting about here? I'll end Joshua in the same manner as first bout with Ruiz. All right, Pulev, stop your talk. WBC president. If Lopez beats Lomachenko, he has merits to be recognized as franchise champion. So the franchise championship's on the line. It's not real. Don't know. Don't understand it personally. What's this about Dana White and Floyd? This is going to be a quick video. All I want to do is touch on the Teofimo. I didn't really want to go through all the stories. Dana White, Floyd Mayweather wants to fight. We're going to do something. I said, leave him alone. Leave him alone. Can you just leave Floyd alone, please? Like, Floyd, once he hears that check or sees that check or smells that check, he'll fight. But again, if they're going to fight him against MMA guys, then it's easy work, innit? Let's be honest. Easy work. Did you guys see Jonah Carroll lose? Like, that MTK card? Bloody hell. Sorry, I just forgot about it. I don't know why I thought about Floyd, and for some reason Jonah Carroll came to my mind. Just because maybe he's quite loud and exuberant, isn't he? Didn't expect that. Lost to Maxi Hughes. And no disrespect, Maxi Hughes is the type of fighter, I have gum shield, I will travel. That is such an upset. Boy. I mean, it will come again, Jonah Carroll. What is he, 28? It will come again, but, I mean, a big win against Scott Quigg, although it wasn't the Scott Quigg. Scott Quigg retired to drop down. I wonder if you just take your eye off the ball. I wonder. Maybe he's already thinking, or they've already been in discussions about, all right, this is what's going to happen next for you once you get past Maxi Hughes. Yeah, once you get past him, this. And you've already started to do that, right? You've already started to, okay, so I've got a chance at fighting for that title. Cool. Let's get rid of Maxi Hughes quickly. We'll do that. Yeah, just stay busy, fight. Well, boy, kept you busy. You lost. Yeah. What else we got? All right, so there is this. So we have a quick look at this. All right, let's have a quick look at this Fight Camp 3. I think this is the best one, but let's have a quick look at it. Scores on the doors for this bad boy. By the way, I went to the Matchroom Fight Camp. I went there, took the green chair, and trying to film outside, just outside the gates, and they didn't let me. I showed them. I was like, no, I work for Sky. I showed them my pass. Still didn't let me. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. So, but I think they are going to let me go and film outside on Monday. I understand. What? Do I understand? I don't understand. But I'm not going to moan too much now because I do want to film on Monday, so I don't want to say anything disrespectful. That probably was disrespectful. All right, let's have a quick look before we pack up. I think this is the best one yet, by the way. Shannon Courtney versus Rachel Ball. Featherweight, Shannon Courtney unbeaten, Rachel Ball 5-1. It's very difficult at this level to find opponents for these girls before they jump to world level because it isn't that deep. But Rachel Ball is tall, very rangy. Shannon Courtney small, quite stocky and stout. So let's see what she does. John Doherty unbeaten versus Anthony Fox 8-12. That's probably the only sort of put all your money on John Doherty, put it that way. Kieran Conway versus Navid Mansouri is a good fight. Good fight. This is for the vacant WBA Intercontinental Super Welterweight title. Loads of 154s on this card. Zelfa Barrett, 23-1 versus Eric Donovan. Eric Donovan's unbeaten. Zelfa Barrett's on another level to Eric Donovan, to be fair, but unbeaten fighters are unbeaten fighters. He's going to come to fight, but I expect Zelfa get a late stoppage in that one. This is for the vacant IBF Intercontinental Super Featherweight title. That will put Zelfa in the IBF rankings, also other rankings as well. And is it the... Oh, okay, no. That's co-main. Main event is Felix Cash, who... How in shape is Felix Cash? Jesus. He takes on Jason Wellborn, and this is for the Commonwealth middleweight title. Felix Cash 12-0, sorry. Jason Wellborn 24-8. Don't be fooled by the 24-8. Jason Wellborn comes to fight, and he's going to come to fight. Do I expect Felix Cash to win? Yes. But Jason Wellborn's going to come to fight. Scores on the doors for this card. And this is obviously prior to the fights. Shannon Courtney's going to win. John Doherty's going to win. Kieran Conway, Nav Mansouri is a very good fight. Hard one to score. Zelfa's going to win. Felix going to win. So I feel like there's 3 that I feel like I could put my money on. There's 2 that I'm not too sure about. This is boxing. That's a 7. So I think it's the best card, minus the pay-per-view card, obviously. Best card minus that. All right. Anything else to talk about before we pack up and move on? Freddie Roach on Pacquiao's options. 2 more fights, then run for president. Who are those 2 more fights? Who are the fights you would want? So forget the fights that I keep saying. For example, I always say Amir Khan, just because, I don't know why I say it, just because Saudi Arabia maybe. But if you could have 2 more fights for Pac-Man, who would you want? Me personally, minus the Amir Khan nonsense, I would want to see a Keith Thurman rematch, even though I don't think Keith deserves it, just because I hate the idea of Keith just sitting out waiting for it. But Keith Thurman rematch and Mikey Garcia. So maybe Mikey first, then Keith. That's what I would like to see. Mikey, because he's small, and I feel like Keith's fight with Pac-Man, I think we forget it. That was a good fight. Good fight. And it probably, if it wasn't for the fact that Pac-Man wants to go on and do other things, it probably deserves a rematch. Keith unbeaten, belt on the line, probably deserves a rematch. So I'd say those 2. What we got here? I think that's kind of it. Yeah, that's, wait. Oh yeah, we're going to leave it as that because wait. What's this? Benavidez saying that he's got yielded him fighters next. He'll have extremely tough time with me. Yeah, Benavidez, all you need to be doing is fighting Calipla. Yeah, by the way, that's the yielded him that Chris Eubank Jr. knocked out. The yielded him that lost to, did he lose to? He did lose to, I think, Anthony Durrell. I think there was something up with that fight. I can't remember. I'm not going to check. All right, anyway, we are done, people. Them love